Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So as we've covered on this channel over the past year or so, and as we have seen from different organizations, it looks like the Social Security Trust Fund is going to be going insolvent within the next 9 to 11 years, which at that point, if nothing is done by then, everyone receiving Social Security benefits will receive a benefit cut of anywhere between 20 to 25% of what they're currently receiving. So that's obviously going to be devastating. However, we're going to be going over a few different states where benefits are going to continue to go out, at least on a more generous basis than if you lived in the other states. So we're going to be going over the best states to live in. Also, we're going to be going over a potential update on Joe Manchin's possible presidential run in 2024. So he had that No Labels event yesterday. We're going to be covering a few different things of what he said. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Okay, so as I just mentioned a moment ago, it looks like the Social Security Trust Fund is going insolvent within the next 9 to 11 years. And while lawmakers have put forward proposals to save the Social Security program, at this point in time, most of them have been very much partisan. So they've been bills or ideas that only Republicans support, or bills or ideas that only Democrats support. So the main Democrat idea right now is to raise taxes on those earning above $250,000 per year. The main Republican idea right now is to privatize Social Security, put it like in the stock market or something like that, that way to raise more money into the trust fund, and to also raise the full retirement age from 67 up to the age of 69 for younger generations. So it looks like right now, since we only have partisan ideas, these partisan ideas pretty much have no chance at all at actually passing through Congress, unless maybe Republicans ended up with a supermajority in the Senate where they could pass these bills through the Senate with 60 votes, or Democrats were able to get at least 60 seats in the Senate where they could pass their bills and also gain control of the House, and then also, of course, have their president in the White House. If we're going to have a split Congress where we have, like, say, Republicans owning the House and Democrats owning the Senate, we have no chance of any of these bills actually passing because they only have support of one party. They need to have a bipartisan plan for one of these bills to actually stand a chance of passing. So for now, it looks like they're just going to continue to kick the can down the road. In my opinion, at least, they're really not taking this all that serious. So if we do end up reaching, let's say, 2033, and we have to face a benefit cut of 20 to 25%, these are some of the states where beneficiaries would be more safe from these cuts, even though obviously they would be still devastating. So according to Yahoo Finance, Social Security cuts, these states would be impacted the least. So more than 71 million Americans rely on Social Security benefits, nearly 54 million whom are 65 and older. As of June, the average retired worker receives a monthly payment of $1,837, and for many, benefits are more of a lifeline than a check. Among older Americans, 37% of men and 42% of women count on Social Security for at least 50% of their income. About 12% of men and 15% of women rely on their benefits for at least $9 out of every 10 that come in. But in the future, they might have to make with less. That's once again because of the Social Security insolvency issue, where if the trust fund does go insolvent in that year, everyone receiving benefits at that point in time, again, will receive a benefit cut right away of anywhere between 20 to 25%. So they start off by saying that Utah, Alaska, and Texas have a winning formula. So James Allen, a certified financial education instructor, CPA, and founder of BillPin.com, said that they also have a lower percentage of their population receiving Social Security benefits as per the Social Security Administration. But here's the kicker. These states also have a robust state-based aid program for seniors, so even if Uncle Sam tightens the purse strings, these states have a safety net in place. It's like they built their own financial bunkers against the potential Social Security storm. And also, 4 states don't tax retirement income, so these states include Illinois. We also have Iowa, Mississippi, and Pennsylvania. And then 9 states exempt all income from taxation, so not only Social Security income is, protected against any sort of taxes at the state level, but all income overall and all. So if you were to, go back and work another job on top of the Social Security income, that would also not be taxed at the state level either. So these states include Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. And then on top of that, 3 states also offer excellent senior benefits. So both Senior Strong and Senior Advice agree that a few states are a great place for retirees on a budget, which many more will be if benefits are cut because of the wide variety of benefits they offer to older Americans. So these states include Virginia. This state is known for excellent healthcare options with an extensive network of hospitals and a high proportion of Medicare registered doctors. It also stands out for its wealth of senior living and home care facilities, as well as for its low taxes and strong economy. And then of course we also have Hawaii. So despite these states' high cost of living, residents 65 and up enjoy an average household income that's 33.8% higher than the national average. Also, healthcare costs are 11.4% lower. It also offers low property taxes and tax exemptions for Social Security income. And then finally, we have Georgia. So Georgia makes the list because of its exceptionally low healthcare costs, low taxes, and senior-friendly policies. And I have to say, retirement in Hawaii sure would be paradise, although I think the cost of living in general there would pretty much be too high for most people, at least realistically speaking. But all in all, 20 to 25% cuts across the board, that's going to be devastating. It's not like you could just move to any state and, be completely fine from having 20 to 25% cut away from your benefit checks. So they definitely need to come together, come up with some sort of plan, and we cannot continue to kick the can down the road all the way to the last minute like we do most things. We need to make sure that a plan is in place right here and right now. But in some other news, of course, we have some more speculation and some more updates on Joe Manchin's potential run to become the next president in 2024. So he attended a No Labels event yesterday in New Hampshire with Jon Huntsman. Jon Huntsman is the former governor over in Utah, and he's actually a Republican. So we would have a Democrat and a Republican ticket, whereas, Republicans, we have like the president and vice president, they're both Republicans, and then for the Democrats, they also put together a partisan ticket. But for No Labels, we would have like a Democrat and then a Republican for president or vice president. So it'd be like a kind of like a bipartisan group. So sort of, an interesting idea. And Joe Manchin attended this event, and right now it's actually being highly speculated that he might be running for president in 2024. Now, I don't really think he has too big of a chance to get the most votes out of between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, who are most likely going to be facing off once again. But he could definitely, throw a wrench into the race where he might steal enough votes from, someone like Joe Biden to allow for someone like Donald Trump to actually take the victory. So according to NBC News, Joe Manchin and Jon Huntsman flirt with third-party 2024 ticket in New Hampshire. So No Labels is taking another new notable step advancing towards a potential third-party presidential bid in 2024, organizing a campaign-style event in New Hampshire on Monday featuring Democratic Senator Joe Manchin. The move comes as the Washington-based advocacy organization looks to recruit a Democrat and a Republican to form a bipartisan presidential ticket in 2024, a prospect that could send an unpredictable jolt through the 2024 presidential race, which as of now is trending towards a rematch between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. So as far as the timeline goes, as far as when Manchin would perhaps, come out and say that he's going to be running, he said it'll be next year. He said, let's see where everybody goes, let's see what happens, and then maybe they'll come to their senses and start doing the job they were elected to do. And Manchin also came out and said the Democrats are moving too far to the left, Republicans are moving too far to the right. So Manchin sort of sees this as an opportunity where perhaps we could have more centrist candidates in the middle, where perhaps voters that feel like Democrats have left them too far to the left, and maybe moderate Republicans feel like Republicans have moved them kind of moved too far to the right, where they don't really have a party to vote for. Manchin sees this as perhaps an opportunity where we could have a candidate in the middle for those more moderate voters. But definitely going to be interesting if they decide to run. Again, I don't see him really having much of a chance at winning, but I definitely do think that he could perhaps, really throw a wrench into this race where he's going to steal enough votes from someone like Joe Biden to cause Joe Biden to lose in 2024. But let me know what your thoughts and comments are below. Who would you like to see win in 2024? Do you think that Joe Manchin possibly has a chance of winning, or do you think, again, that maybe Manchin is just going to, do fairly well enough to steal some votes, but probably not going to win. But let me know what your thoughts and comments are below. But that's all the news that we have for today's video. I certainly hope that you enjoyed. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.